keyboard exchange international.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood here in Sanford, Florida, Grant.
Yes, it is.
And thank you for watching our video. This is going to be talking, no music being played on organs on this video for those that would like to move on and hear songs being played. We just want to talk about one of the greatest deals we've ever been able to offer, and that will actually involve some talking. So I'm Jim Huss here at Keyboard Exchange. This is Mr. Grant, and these two organs have come to us, one as a trade-in, and the other was with a Leslie, and it was obtained from a friend of a friend who had to have it out of his way because he was moving.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we have a third RT3 that is back there somewhere that's even nicer looking than both of these. But Grant, can you discuss the technical differences between an RT3 and a B3?
Sure. Well, a lot of it is very similar. You have the same manuals, basically, with 61 keys. You have the percussion section that you would have on any of the 3 series and the A100s. Of course, you have, just like the other manuals, you have 4 different presets, 2 for the upper, 2 for the lower. But the big difference that anyone can see is this is definitely longer than an RT3, and that is because there's an extra section down here called the pedal solo unit that has these tabs here that you can move up and down. And these affect only what happens on the pedals. And this also would have a 32 pedal set that is AGO style, so it's curved, because if it was flat you probably couldn't reach them all. But so it's
That's
a standard.
what Bill showed at the beginning of the video.
Yeah,
So-
we have some up on the shelf over there.
Yeah.
But of course we have pedals for these. So they have 32 pedals. They also have this extended pedal solo unit, which gives you really, really deep tones, like 32-foot pipes. They're a simulation of a pipe, of course, with a tube analog synthesis, basically, that's happening inside of this organ. So it has an extra unit for that, and as I said, the 32 pedals. But other than that, it's essentially the same. It has the same preamp, it has the same matching transformer over here. Most of the guts are the same, but you do get the added, the extra pedals, and of course the pedal solo unit, which makes this a favorite for church installations.
It absolutely does. My favorite memory of selling a D152, which is the same as this but with self-contained speakers, was to a couple where the wife was actually a music professor at Rollins College.
Oh, wow.
And she really wanted an organ with 32 pedals. But the husband, he was a big fan of Jimmy Smith, and he wanted to invite his friends over and have his wife play and his other musician friends play and make music that sounded exactly like Jimmy Smith playing, jazz. So this organ was the model RT3 and D152 were the most expensive organs made at that time. Let's face it, it's a bigger cabinet, it's got more features, there's just a lot more going on here than even you would find with a B3 or C3. So it was by far the most expensive Hammond organ made for a period of many years.
Wow.
Maybe a decade or more, I can't remember exactly. But in modern times, the RT3 is kind of looked down upon because it's so heavy, and guys who play in bands, they don't want to move it around. I've known people who did move an RT3 around because it was so difficult to find a Hammond B3. Now, of course, we've gathered the finest selection of B3s in our company history from all over the United States. But in the course of doing that type of business, we also stumble upon RT3s. Sometimes we want to get them as a trade-in. This one here was a trade-in, and on a beautiful C3 that we sold at church. And they wanted a perfect C3, and their musicians prefer the 25 bass pedals. It was more comfortable, and they are more comfortable now. The people that find the concave pedals, which is called AGO style or specifications, the American Guild of Organists had to come together and say, look, we need to set some standards for church organs, because some church organ manufacturers in Europe, they were just making flat ones, and they weren't doing the spacing the same as what an AGO specification required. So the Hammond factory decided, well, we'll make our pedals AGO to AGO specifications. So the RT3 has become somewhat rare, and it's difficult to find one where this is working correctly, this
Pedal
solo unit. So Grant and his team in the electronic shop have developed the expertise to rebuild that. There's a lot of tubes in that particular.
Oh yeah.
Those tones don't come from the tone wheel generator.
Correct.
I think you mentioned earlier that it's a separate tube type amplifier.
Yeah, it's a tube synthesizer basically.
Yeah.
It's a pretty old school piece of equipment, but they're very reliable once you get it all rebuilt and you get new tubes in there.
Yeah, because let's face it, that amp only lasted for 50 or 65 years. Only, yeah. So once you rebuild it, it's good for another 50 or 60 years, most likely. So you only have to rebuild it once every, let's say, 50 years, to get it to play perfectly. But here's the really important thing. We've got 3 of these organs, and we're running out of space. So we're saying to ourselves, what's the likelihood of selling these to make space? Or should we chop them down and make a custom portable?
You can always do that.
That's what, well, we can always do it, and we always did it, and that's why we have the extra bass pedals over there. But that would come as a shock to those of you who are classically trained, that someone would have the audacity to take this organ apart and just make it an organ without bass pedals. That is shocking to some people. Me, I find it to be just practical. So what we did when we had too many RT3s, we would take the parts out, use them to repair a B3 sometimes, and sometimes we would have anvil cases made to specifically fit the keyboards 1 or 2 and the tone generator, and then we'd use a smaller solid state preamp like Trek 2, and we do a lot of other cool things, have special outputs, but it's still around 100 pounds when you do all that. It's 2 guys carrying it or 1 guy with a hand truck. It's doable.
Yeah.
And so give us a call if you're interested in having an organ for your home now, or for your church. If the church has maybe I'm speaking to someone right now who wishes they had an organ with 32 pedals in their church, but they didn't want to have to pay a B3 price. This little video is for you. You can save 40, maybe 50% of the cost of a B3 and get an equally great sounding RT3 in your home or church. But we only have 3 of them. And you can get the best deal on probably this one here because it's got some furniture imperfections in it, you know, and we're not going to go refinish it, although we could. Let's say you wanted this refinished in satin ebony to match your Steinway Grand. We could do that. We can make this a custom color. That's an extra charge, but it can be done.
Sure.
And now is the time to do it. Make it look like new again. And Grant and your team will make it play like new. Randolph and DJ will deliver it, set it up, play it upon delivery, make sure everything is perfect. We can finance it for you, especially if you're a church, with 0 down. That includes the money it takes to deliver it and provide a warranty for up to 5 years. The pedal solo unit will be rebuilt, so you won't have to worry about that for 50 years. But it still requires annual servicing, oiling, contact cleaning. That's part of our warranty. But it's not just like a warranty. It's a warranty with Grant or one of his team coming to your church to make sure everything is still perfect. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But the RT3 is a great deal, especially now. A couple months ago, we didn't have any.
No.
Somebody called and said, hey, I'm looking for a 32 pedal organ. Do you have one? We'd say, I'm sorry, no, we don't have one. But they just kind of rained upon us. It's raining RT3s.
That's a pretty rough storm.
And honestly, you could see from the beginning of the video that we're getting tight for space here. My son just told me we have to do something, so we're trying to find a bigger building that would make sense to us, but I don't know, Grant. The simplest thing is just to cut the price in half and sell these RT3s dirt cheap. What do you think about that?
I think it's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea too. So if you are interested, or you want to tell your music director or your pastor, your worship pastor, or your senior pastor about the great deals here at Keyboard Exchange, they may have always wanted a B3. And you know something, Grant? There are people watching this video, and I've spoken with a lot of them over the years. Their entire life they have wanted a B3. Well, we can also provide you with a B3. You saw all those B3 benches sitting upside down. You know what they're sitting on top of?
What are they sitting on top of?
They're sitting on top of a Hammond B3.
It's not just a stand.
No, it's no. Under every one of those upside down B3 benches, there is an actual Hammond B3. We've got quite a few of them. Call us and let us know your favorite year. You like 1959, 58, 57, 65. You know, tell us the year you prefer. It's a very good chance we would have the exact year of production because they made those for 20 years.
Wow.
And we have more than 20 B3s in the building.
Mm-hmm.
So if we don't have it right now, we'll have it soon. And Bill, before we wrap this video up, take a look at this high gloss ebony B3. We talked about this before. Bill will show you that when we're finished having our conversation here, but you may recall from a previous conversation, we sold this 29 years ago, this high gloss ebony B3. I was talking to my wife the other day and I said, look, I have an organ that would look great next to our Yamaha grand piano. She said, no.
She's a woman who knows what she wants.
She knows what she wants. You can put one upstairs if you want, but not in the living room. Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed to admit that, but Bill, make sure you show that ebony B3 on the way out. Thank you for your time and attention, folks. If you want a great deal on an RT3, give us a call and we'll make it happen. God bless you all. Yeah, I told my wife I was B3. B3 in there one time, my friend of mine used to be able to come over and jam, you know, and she didn't like the ambiance. Thanks for watching our video, and thank you also for helping keep the Hammond tone wheel B3 organ alive. We couldn't do all this work that we do here without you. And it would also help greatly if you could subscribe, like, ask for notifications for when we have new videos. That would be a big help for us. So we thank you once again. I'm signing off for now, but we will be back.